Hello. So today I'm doing my January wrap up. This is the first wrap up that I have ever done. So let's just get into it. So the first one was 10 Blind Dates, and I gave this one 5 stars. It's about a girl who, during the holiday season, the Christmas and like New Year's season, her and her boyfriend break up, and so her family decides that they don't want her to be sad about this breakup, so they're gonna each set her up with someone, these 10 blind dates. And it was a really cute story. I don't want to spoil anything, but it was a really cute story. It was very sweet. The family was really interesting. There were like so many of them, but you didn't really feel like lost with the characters. Like you could kind of keep up with it. And I really liked the love interest that she ends up going for. And yeah, so overall it was just a really cute story, and I would really recommend it. It was a great holiday read. I read it right after New Year's because I still wanted to be like in the holiday spirit. So the second book I read was Nowhere Else But Here by Rachel Cotton, and I gave this one 4 stars. I really liked it for the most part, but then the kind of like main conflict that the two characters have, it felt a little like it was a little contrived, a little miscommunication aspect, which I don't really enjoy, but I liked that for the most part in the book they were together. But the book was basically about this girl who she's kind of had a crush on this mysterious guy in her classes that no one really knows that much about. But then he kind of goes missing and shows up on her doorstep asking for her help, and that's kind of where the story kind of goes from there. Which the runaway thing isn't it isn't a main plot point throughout, which is what I was kind of expecting, but I feel like it was handled pretty well. So the third book that I read this month was P.S. I Like You by Casey West, and this one was really interesting for me because I've read a lot of Casey West books in the past because I always see them being recommended, and people seem to really like them. And I know that Casey West is like a favorite author for many people, but I really liked this one because this one sort of focused on the couple sort of gets together through music and through lyrics of bands that they both like, and I thought that was really interesting, and it reminded me of this book that I'd read like back in middle school, that I really enjoyed, and so it reminded me of that, and I thought it was so cute, and I just love music, like stuff about music and books, and overall I just really enjoyed it, and yeah, so I gave it 5 stars. I thought it was really cute. It definitely made me want to try maybe some more Casey West books. So the fourth book I read this month is one that I actually have here because it was the first one that I finished after I got to college, and it's The Flat Share by Beth O'Leary. So I gave this one 5 stars. Overall, I really liked it. So it's told in dual perspectives, and it's about these two characters who, through different circumstances, they end up having to share an apartment and share a bed because the guy works like a night shift and he really needs the money, and the girl works during the day, like at a regular like 9 to 5, and she like had to move out really quickly, and so it just like ended up working out, and I really enjoyed it, and I really liked how there were different writing styles for each of the different characters' perspectives, so I didn't really have to like question whose perspective we were going from, which was really nice. It took a while to like get going, but it was still really interesting. So the fifth book that I read this month was Places No One Knows by Brenna Yovanoff. So this book is about two teens, and it's also in dual perspectives, but it's about two teens, and they both kind of have their own issues. With the guy, he has problems with his family, and he turns to different substances and different ways to make his problems kind of go away or like ease the pain. And the girl, she's trying her best to like be the best at school and like everything like that, and like be a really like overachieving person and be really popular, but she's really struggling. She also has problems sleeping, and so basically in her sleep she like astral projects to wherever this guy is. And I wasn't really sure of this premise, but it's been something that I've been looking into reading for a while, and I really, really enjoyed it. I don't know, it was so weird. Like, it's such a weird premise, and like, I don't know, like, it's like got this element of like magic that's kind of cool. It was just a really good book, and I really felt like it dealt with some sensitive issues in a really effective way. And I felt like the characters kind of were able to mature on their own before they got together, which I really appreciated. And yeah, so it was just really good. It was a 5-star read for me. So the sixth and final book that I read this month was The Bookshop of Yesterdays by Amy Meyerson, and I really, really enjoyed it. It was very slow going at first, and there were a lot of things that like the main character starts with a relationship with a boyfriend, and it's kind of one of those situations where you know that it's gonna end. And so there were things like that I was kind of like, okay, I wish that this would like pick up a little bit, which is why I kind of had to take off a star and only give it 4 stars, even though everything else I really, really enjoyed about it. So the premise of this is that this girl, she hadn't spoken to her uncle in like so many years, and suddenly he dies, and he sends her this book because he always used to send her on these scavenger hunts. So he kind of sends her on like a final scavenger hunt, and which brings her back to like her hometown, and she where she is informed that she inherited his bookshop, and so she's trying to figure out his past and why he was no longer in her life, and also her mom's kind of past because it's her mom's brother. And I really, really enjoyed it. I felt like once it picked up, it was really like I couldn't put it down. Once it really got going, it really paid off in the end, and I really enjoyed it. So those are all the books that I read in January. So overall, it was a really great start to the new year, to 2020. I enjoyed all of the books that I read, which is really awesome. Yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. You can like this video, subscribe, comment. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think that's all. Okay, so, yeah.